Alright, y'all, so today we're going to be going over how to make a Lil Uzi Vert type beat. I'm going to play the beat right now for y'all, show y'all what I had, and then we're going to go over everything I did to come out with it, alright? Alright, so that's all the instruments played at one time. That's basically what I got. Of course, I arranged it and all that, but we're just gonna go over how I actually made it. First things first, bro. Go on the Omnisphere. And the piano I used is called Frozen Piano Dreams. I'm sure if you use Omni, you know about this one. It's one of the more common drums. Alright, so this beat was in E minor, and that's how I built the chords. You start off at E, and then you skip one, go down, skip one, go down. Or you can skip one and go up. Either way, that's how you build a chord. All right, and then these right here on the lower notes, I usually skip two. So I skip one, skip one, skip one, and then on the last one of the chord, I just skip two instead. And then this is what that sounds like. And then up here is just where, you know, you put the notes that's going to create the actual melody and the rhythm of the whole pattern. So I got like a higher octave E right here, another higher octave, then just a couple notes, bro. You just gotta play around with it, you know what I'm saying? Don't take it too serious. Just play around with it, whatever sounds good, you know, take it out. Whatever sounds bad, take it out. Whatever sounds good, to keep it in there. And then with the chords, what I usually do is I go right here and I'll just slice up certain parts towards the end to add, you know, some variation to it. All right, so the second instrument I used is from Omni again. It's from the Bells and Vibes folder, and this was called Drops of Glass, and it's a real like simple pattern just to add to the depth of the first melody. So I'm gonna play that for y'all. So it's just a nice layer to put on top of the initial melody. So I'm gonna play both of these for y'all so you can see how they sound together and see why they go so good together. Alright, and that's good because with Lil Uzi's beats, there's a lot of layers to them, but you also want to give him space to actually rap on it and create his music off of it. So you don't want to have too many different sounds going on, but you also want them to mesh together and sound good together. Alright, so the third sound I used is Purity, and I went to this phrase category, and in this category it's a bunch of arps that you can play around with. So what I did was I went to this pedal tone right here, but instead of just leaving it like this, I took off the one. If you ever want to take a sound out of Purity, all you gotta do is go to the number on the side and just click it. And when it's dim like that, that means it's not gonna be played. I only wanted this part of it, so I'm gonna show you how that sounds. You know what I'm saying? So that just sound crazy. That's heavy Lil Uzi vibes. Of course, y'all know he always got those type of sounds, them ambient sounds, his songs. And I'm gonna show y'all why I took out the one. I didn't like how this sounded with it. This was the original pedal tone that I had before I took that out. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong, you could have, you know what I'm saying, you can cook up with that with the one on, but I'll probably say that for a different beat. You feel me? I ain't need all that for this one. And this is what I used it on. I just put it on A and it sounded good. I'm gonna play it for y'all real quick. And I put it on the lower A because these other two sounds were kind of higher on the octaves, and you want to add the layers, so you want to have like a deeper tone, you know what I'm saying, to fill in that space. And then I'm gonna show y'all what they all sound like together real quick. I'm gonna take this out just for. All right, this what they all sounded like together. All right, real basic, but still wavy. Still got a lot of space to do stuff with it, but it's also layers to it, so you can change it up in your arrangement. Take certain ones out. You know what I'm saying? That's how you create different vibes throughout the beat, so it don't get boring or repetitive. Now we on to the drums. All right, 808 had to go with spins for this one, and what I did with this was I, upped the velocity a little bit on all of them, and then I also went in here, brought the out to like right here, and then of course put the envelope on so we won't get no bleeding into each 808. And then this is what it sound like. You know what I'm saying? Real simple. Uzi's beats don't have too much of distortion on the 808s. It's not too, you know what I'm saying? It's present, but it's not too heavy. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? So next thing, the hi-hats. All right. The hi-hats I didn't go too crazy on. This what the hi-hats sound like though. So we still got a couple of rows going on right here and right here, but it's still not a lot, going on in between. It's a lot of space in between the hi-hats, and that's just how I like doing my hats on most songs, but especially on this type of beat. You don't need the hi-hats to go too crazy because the melody already doing its job. Open hats, real simple, you know what I'm saying? Just put it right there. You know what I'm saying? Real simple, real easy. Clap, of course, just putting it on the standard. And then we put the snare in there just to add that variation with the drums, taking the snare in and out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping the artist surprised, And then this shaker right here, I like this shaker because it's real subtle, but it also, like, when it hits, it's gonna hit and you're gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's a classic shaker right there. So, and then we got this rim. The rims are so underrated, bro. These should be in almost every beat you make because it's gonna add that rhythm to it and the variation in the drums that you want every time. You know what I'm saying? Real easy, real simple, just clicks. That's all it is clicks. So, all right, so I'm gonna let y'all hit the drums real quick, and then we're gonna go into the mixer. And I'm show y'all what I did over there, and then, you know what I'm saying, we out of here. All right, so that's the drums, real Uzi vibes right there, real easy Uzi vibes. So we going into the mixer. What I do on pretty much every beat I make, I have all the sounds that's like making the melody, so omnisphere and purity, I have them pretty low. I start them out pretty low. As far as, effects and all that, these didn't really need anything. I just had to level them out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that the purity wasn't too high because that sound is very loud. You know what I'm saying? That sound is real loud, so I had to make sure it was still subtle. This is the first piano we put on, so I had to make sure that was still very present. And then this was like the bell that we put over top of it. This can also get kind of ambient and loud. So this is the lowest sound out of everything on here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But it all evened out. When we go into mixing the drums and leveling them out, all I did was put a soft clipper on the 808, the Spins 808, and then I EQ'd it, brought this up a little bit around 136 hertz, just brought it up. Alright. So with the hi-hat, I cut off all the low end and I cut off a little bit of the treble so you can, still hear it. So it's kind of on its own. It's not getting in the way of any of the other drums. Same thing with the open hat. The clap, I put compressors on my claps because I feel like, I don't know, every clap I use is kind of quiet. So, I just put that on there. And everything else I left the same. And then this is just my tag. You know what I'm saying? Just putting the EQ on my tag, bro. So I'm going to play part of the beat for y'all. Y'all let me know how it come out for y'all. Let me know what y'all thinking.